in and zoom out, right? And control 0 is to fit to the window. Hope these three keys understandable, right? Control minus, minus, minus,
Yes.
plus, 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 and control 0 to the fit to window. Tab button to hide the toolbar and a floating window. F to get full screen, and next step is to go for full screen without menu bar. The first F is with menu bar, second F without menu bar, and the third F back to the normal, and tab to bring it back. Just it is the exercise we have done. So this is few things we'll be doing always. So it is understandable. That's why I have just made exercises. Fine. So let's move to the next part on the same selection tool. We are into the rectangle marquee only in the rectangle. Okay, fine. So let us close which is unwanted for us. Now the rectangle can be drawn in 2, 3, 4 way. What are those? The normal dragging, and the next one is alt dragging. Alt dragging is to make symmetric, and the next one is shift dragging. Am I right? Normal selection, uh, symmetric selection, and square selection. And control D is a command which makes to go for deselect. What is control D? Inside the selection menu,
Deselect.
control D, deselect. Now, once the new selection is done, then we have understood in the last sessions what can be done. We can give a stroke to it by the right click,
First,
stroke. And the stroke option is there inside your edit menu called stroke. So now got to know what is the place, where is the place where stroke option is there. It is there in the right click, very nice. But it is there in the edit menu too. Edit stroke. Hmm. Right? And inside the strokes, what are the things we have understood? How to make the stroke to go with a particular thickness, color, and the placement. But now we'll see a little professional way of making the strokes. There are two methods we have finished to make the stroke. What are those? Right click first method, second method, edit and stroke. But still, in two methods, it takes few time. And if you need to get it done through the keyboard shortcut, the third method will adapt. So check to the screen now how to open the stroke option inside the menu bar. Hope we can see on your screen the time you are hitting the alt button. What we have done on the screen OS, so your digital keyboard, we are just hitting the button alt. And
we'll
what
get
happened?
shortcut.
Alt. The time you are hitting the alt button, you can see here a particular alphabet get underlined. Am I right?
Yes.
So here the edit button is menu is underlined with the E command, right? E. So hit the E and get it open. So hope we got to know how to use the keyboard to open the edit menu. And now it is the time to go for stroke. Yes, if there is no options underlined here, then you can use the navigation arrow and get it moved. Now we have understood how to move to a particular option inside the menu bar without clicking in the menu. So what is to be done? Alt E. Now you can see a stroke option is highlighted with a particular alphabet underlined. What is that particular alphabet?
Yes.
S. Now hit the S and get the window open. So it saves your time. So what is the command we have understood here? Alt E and
Alt.
S, right? Alt E S. It is to be done simultaneously, like not at a time. Alt E, it will open the edit menu, then S, then it will switch to the stroke option. So there are three different methods to do the same event, and in a whole Photoshop, this kind of arrangement are there. Manual method, keyboard shortcut, menu methods, and going through the menu through the keyboard method. And press the enter, get the job done. So hope we have understood how to make the same stroke. Yesterday we have learned in one way. Today we have learned the same thing in the second method. So what is the command? Alt E S. Finish. Enter. Enter is to confirm. So how much time it takes? Time make a sense. So manual way and professional way. Both the ways you are now aware of. Fine then. So let us move into the next action. What other thing can be done with your uh, selection? Yes. We have done with the strokes. Now go to the next option called fill. Right click, switching to the fill. Yesterday we have seen this, how to get it fill. which color we want, we can always select that and get it filled up. Okay. But the same job can be done in the next professional way. What is that professional way? Just press the enter, press the backspace. Once again, press the backspace. If a selection is there, then fill command will come by the press of backspace. Now tips and tricks started. If selection is there, if selection there, then backspace activate the fill, and fill is a command which is there help you out to fill various things, not only a color. So what other things can be filled? It is mentioned over here. These many things can be filled up. Black and white already given, and gray color, which is the mixing of black and white. Three different like solid colors are there here. But except that, if you need to have our own color, then you can switch to the color. Then a very big color palette will pop up, and here you can choose our color by sliding the slider. And we'll see in detail about like how to pick the colors correctly. But this is one of the way switching to the picker and getting the color, or else you can switch to the color library. A complete library is there where international professional colors are there. You can choose one of the color out of that. So while we are choosing the color, you can find sometimes if we move to a particular range, then here a dot will come up, a triangle will come up, and that is technically called as gamut warning. What is gamut warning? This is a color which is going to show on the screen, but in printing it will not come up. That is what the signal it is given. So it is to be taken care. Yes, if the presentation is only on the screen, then it's okay. We can switch to the gamut warning on and get that color to be get used. If it's something we are doing for like printing, then it is better to go for ungamut warning colors. Then how to know this gamut warning and ungamut warning? Uh, Here a library is there, color library. Pantone, these are like international standard colors. You can switch to the CMYK quoted and all things. So most likely you'll find ungamut warning colors are there here, which is printable, international printable color. So what we have seen here, how to choose the right color, which is not going to affect more into the print, then we can switch to the library rather than picker. There are two options here inside this. You can either choose the colors in this way, or else you can switch to the color library. Here you can find a lot of predefined color sets are there. You can choose any one of them as per our requirement. You can switch to the color hue and get that tint's color. Just we have taken this much of time to understand the color, but it makes a sense because when it goes for print, it makes a matter a lot. When we are doing something and the output will come something else, nothing wrong in it because we have not taken up this gamut warning care. Go for okay, finish. So we have understood now how to fill the color, how to make the strokes. Give a right click and to go for direct deselect. These three options are clear now. Except that, we'll go for the next option called inverse. What is this? Select inverse. Except to this area, we need the other area to get select. That is called invert selection. So now the selection is this side. If you are filling any color, then it fills to the other side of your screen. That is what called inverse selection. So hope we have understood what is called invert selection. Is it okay? Invert selection. Invert selection. And already we have learned like called
Yes.
intersect. Hello, any question?
Sir, I have a doubt, sir. If we don't want to select the whole area, only half of the area.
Yes, then which of the area we want, we can able to deselect that. And already we have learned about like deselection, and we can able to deselect that much of area. It is not selected now. So this is one of the way, because we can use now the subtraction option. Subtract, which is unwanted, we can able to go for deselect that. Hope we have understood. If something is not required, how it can be avoided by the subtraction. But for the time, yes, we have understood what is the command called inverse selection. So a new things we have learned today called select inverse. Select
Inverse.
inverse. So the graphic design revolves around pure math. addition, subtraction, intersection, inverse, all mathematical language are used, and as per that, the screen is under your control. Fine. So let us see what is the practical use of inverse. We want to select the other side. So yes, we can switch to the inverse. But now check. We want to make this much of area to get select. This much means this bounding box length. Then you can switch to the option called, if you go for subtract, then it will make minus one. Then you can switch to the intersect. This is a little aptitude options we are doing now. Selecting inverse and trying to find out the common area. Then what happens? This much of area gets selected. So hope we have understood what we have done. If the same thing to be done, now why we have not used plus, why we have not used minus, why you have used this intersect, that is a part of question. If you need to get a bounding box like this, in which way you can do now? Plus cannot able to do this because it will grow the information. Minus, we need to grow in the outer side. Minus will do everything. Doesn't work out at all because what he'll be minus? He is confused. So to get a bounding box outside, what we need to do? We need to get it inverse and we need to find out the common area. So just we have understood what is the math behind it. Yes, inside minus, we can do it up inside. But outside adding just like a box, it cannot be done. So now hope we have understood what is this options is going to help us in a bigger way. So let us move to the hide option now. How to move the selection? Yes, we know how to move the selection. How to move? Move your cursor to the selection, beyond this new selection and get it moved. This is how to move a selection. Now, addition, subtraction, inverse is over. Now, if you need to get a bounding box here, how to do? The question is logical. Now start up making it to go for inverse. So this area and get it intersect now. The common area. Is it okay? How to inject more math selection over to it. Complete math logic.
Yes, sir.
Multiple selections addition. Okay, fine. So let's move on to the fill. So hope we have understood how to make this box design, to make a framing design. Is it okay? So inverse
Yes.
why to use that we have taken a little time to understand this, but it make a big sense. Yes, while I was also doing it was a problem for me. So why to use inverse and why to use inverse? Why they've given bounding box? Why cannot be done in addition? That took me a lot of time. That understanding I have made it to go in a summary format. Now, if we need to fill the color here on the screen directly, then yes, we can select it all by a single command called Control A. Control A is a command which makes to select the whole canvas. Now, if you need to fill the white color, what is to be done? Just press the backspace and switch to the option called white. Job is done. So now got to know how to make the things and how to release all the things within a fraction of a second. What is the command we have used? Two command we have used. What are those? CTRL plus A. For what? Select all.
Select all.
And then after what we have done, just press the backspace to do what? To bring the fill command. And now to be learned. What is the keyboard shortcut for? Select inverse. Yes. Anything we are doing, there are two ways of getting the job to be done. One, manual method and professional method. Select inverse, we find out here the option, but anything related to selection, it will there inside the selection menu. And here you can find an option called Control Shift I, the next keyboard shortcut. CTRL plus Shift plus I, select inverse. which make the job to be done within fraction of second. No need to give a right click, select inverse, and just go for the option called intersect. How to activate the intersect? In the last lesson, we have learned about how to activate addition of the selection, subtraction, intersection, shift, alt, alt and shift. So hold the button alt and shift, drag it up. That is done. Select inverse, control shift I, hold alt and shift, drag it up. So hope we have understood how to generate the same thing with less time. And now get it filled. Yes. Switch to this and get the tab button and hit down and up arrow. Make the job done. And deselect, control T. So hope we have seen how to make a box design in manual method and professional method. So these options are clear.
Yes, sir.
So what is the task to be done? Make a logo designing with your present knowledge. So control A, enter, backspace, and switch to the tab button, reach to the destination or like input box and use the navigation arrow and find the color, place it up. So hope we have understood how to fill the white color inside the screen. Now the next, hold the shift button, drag it up, make a square. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Fill the color with your relevant. Choose the color from here. Yes, whichever the color you want. Go for that. So if you need to have other tints, yes, you can drag this blue tint somewhere. If not this, you can switch to any other color themes and switch to your target color. Hope it is clear, right?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
the next, uh, how to deselect the information. Deselect can be done by the alt, drag it up, and alt, drag it up. Hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Now, get the inverse area to get select. How to get inverse? Control Shift I and get the white color to fill up. Again, the press backspace. Switch to the white. Get it okay. Again back. Control Shift I. Just we are using inverse command. Reversing it, filling it up. Then the next to get it minus. Alt is a command which makes the subtraction, right? So how to subtract it? Yes. Now get it inverse. Control Shift I and fill the white color once again. So hope we have understood how does this inverse is going to help us. And drag from the corner and get it backspace and switch to the next available color. Right. Hope we understood how to make a logo kind of design. It's not in measurement, it's not in alignment, but yes, rough design storyboarding can be done with this technique.
Yes,
Is
sir.
it okay? Only a rectangle we are
Yes,
learning.
sir.
Now start off using this rectangle, make some designs. So let's move into then next screen, same rectangle, split this screen and get different color on different part. So drag it up, fill the color, inverse it up, fill the color, something else. Let it be bright color. So we'll understand this color lightness and all things in the later session. But yes, we have understood, right? Now the next, Control A, select all. Now subtract. Yes, we know how to subtract. Get it inverse. Control Shift I. Fill the white by the click. Hope we have understood how to break down the canvas. What is the next example you have learned? Split the screen. So first example, logo making. Second example, split screen.
Screen.
So either in visiting card, brochure, leaflet, cover page designing, most of the place will find the screen has been divided into various parts and informations are placed properly. Now,
So can we even use stroke while making
yes.
circles?
Yes, yes. We'll be coming to the circles. The rest thing are there. Now we have just started with the rectangle. With the rectangle, what other things can be possible? That is the things going on. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So let's subtract this. How to subtract? Yes. We can get it subtract, get it inverse, and get addition. And get it inverse. So the reason of doing inverse, that will be understood, like why we are doing so commonly. So how to make a stroke, that we have understood. Give a right click and switch to the fill, or else press the backspace, switch to the color. Get it okay. Done.
Yes,
So
sir.
it's all arrangement again. Now break down this and fill the same black. So making a layout uh, with different colors. Here you can place the white color, in the white backscreen. You can place black alphabet. Inside the black environment, you can place white alphabet. Like the readability will be different. So hope we have understood how to start up splitting of the screen. So you can find 1, 2, 3, 4. But what is the backend? Like there is a rhythm which is working. All are rectangles, but in different position they are placed in different colors. But the output has been done with your rectangle only. So hope we have understood how to make a small screen, how to make the other screen is what? Logo. So everything I'm pasting over here. So this is what the output we have learned. Let us make more and more design. Control N, new file, default size, get it okay. Take the same rectangle. Fine. Drag it to shift. So catch. Now we'll be learning how to create different shapes. Till now we have learned how to make a rectangle with a rectangle tool and how to make a square with a rectangle tool. But let us see how to make a triangle with a rectangle tool, right? And a
Yes, sir.
pentagon with a rectangle tool, a star with a rectangle tool. All the things are possible, but uh, we need to work on it. Now the next option will be learning how to make the square to get rotate. Now the topic is transformation of the selection. What is the topic now? Transformation. Transformation is a combination of three events: move, rotate, and scale. We have just learned how to make the things, but what are the things to be learned that to be get note out? It is a free and drawing, but whenever we switch to a commercial work, customer always wants the thing in measurement. Till now we have not started measurement. Unless the thing is in measurement, sometimes the value becomes less. I'm not telling like random logos doesn't have value. It does have value. Random design does have value, but measurement makes the matter, and we have not started with measurement. We'll be moving to the measurement, as well as we'll move to the three event: rotate, scale, and move. So only the movement has been started. We'll switch to the next two options called movement, like rotation and scaling. Give a right click on your selection, switch to the transform selection, not free transform, transform selection. Then what happens? Instantly you'll find a bounding box around the selection. This is technically called as transform box. So now it is a very important option. Start observing it. How to make the selection to get transform. And transform is a technical word, combination of three things: rotate, move, and scale. Once you find it out, then the time we move the cursor onto any particular edge of the transform box, it starts showing a directional mark. It indicates that on that particular direction, we can scale it up. So now we have understood how to start scaling it up. But instead of edge of your transform box, if we start of moving the cursor just away from the transform box, then we can find a V-type mark. It indicates that we can able to rotate the selection. So now we have understood how to get these symbols, when it will come up and what it does. Once again, give a right click on the selection and switch to the transform selection. Yes, after the selection get transform bounding box, then we can start scaling it, rotating it. And except that, we can do a lot of events which is there in the right click while we are working with the pre-transform. These many extra things we have got from the selection now because the transform option is on. Except to fill, stroke, deselect, invert select. Now we have find again these many options are there. Fine then. So let us move and start seeing its tips and tricks on the transform box. What is the topic going on? Transform tips and tricks. 8 type of scaling can be done. Skewing can be done. Let us see how it can be done. Tips and tricks number 1. If the cursor is on any particular side, it gives a horizontal or vertical symbol. But the time it shows a diagonal symbol on any corner, then it will start up expanding the width and height together. But except to the corners, any other side will have us only horizontal and vertical things. Then it is one side scaling. So the topic is going on now. Scale in detail. 8 type of scales are there. And on one tool, you'll be learning the same logic you can put to all the tools. So normal dragging, alt and dragging. Hope you can see what is the difference now. Normal dragging will make one side to be get scale up. Alt and drag will make both sides of the selection to get scale up. Hope these two are clear. Let us make the note. Normal dragging. Normal means as per the direction. The second, alt drag. Alt is symmetric. That means both sides drag. Now the next is control dragging. Can you see what is happening? Control. The cursor turns into a movement like cursor. Then if we are into the edge, then it will skew the selection. If we are into the corner, then it will drag one side, one corner only. So hope we have understood what is the behavior of this control button while we are making the transformation. So to get it active, the same transform box, either you can right click and go for transform selection, or else you can switch to the menu called selection menu. This is the menu which contains all the things related to the selection. Transform selection is here. Then how to activate this selection menu? Alt and what is the keyboard shortcut? Which is underlined. Hope we can able to see on the screen. Can you able to see? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So S is the command, which is a selection menu, and hit the T button and find the transform selection. Now we have seen how to activate this transform option. Alt S T, transform selection. Now control and drag, and control and drag. So the time we are moving to the edge, it behave differently. The time we move to the corner, it behave differently. Escape. Again, a next keyboard shortcut we got to know. escape. If we don't need the transformation, we can go for escape. And if we need the transformation, then we can go for enter. So enter and escape. If discard, don't need, go for escape. Yes, confirm, enter. Activate the transformation. Now, hope we have understood CTRL and drag will make one corner move or one edge move. One edge. Edge means one side completely. So three type of scaling we have seen now. Now the fourth type of scaling. Alt S T. If you're dragging with Alt and Shift together, then on the corner we can find a different reaction. You can see all corner equal movement. What is the command we are using now? Alt and Shift. So what we have seen in Photoshop, the software is not only doing the output, completely the professional output is coming from the keyboard. And it makes the difference. Alt plus Control and drag from corner. Drag from corner. Then all side equal scaling. All side equal scaling. Now we are just learning the theoretical things. Then using this, 100 of designs can be done. So the next, Alt S T. Now one more important like event on the scaling. Hold now the Control and the Alt. So you can see now opposite corner scaling. Alt and Control. So let us note down. Fifth number point. Alt and Control. Alt and Shift, right? Alt plus Shift. You can make a diagrammatic view. This thing is there, but the time you drag from the corner, then it switch into this type of design. It go in both the sides. So hope the visual is describing what is to be done and what is the result, input and the output. So 5 different type of scaling we have seen. Now the 6th type of scaling. Catch. Alt S T to get the transform box. Now hold the Control, drag it off, hold the Alt, drag it off, and hold the Shift simultaneously. Now we can make a prospective scaling. Hope we can understood how does a prospective scaling happens. 1 point perspective. If you're dragging horizontally, then in this way, if not vertical, then the opposite side edge get prospectively scale up. Prospective means like meeting 2 parallel lines on a single point. It's called prospective. Technical word and the explanation over. So that kind of structure we can able to form. So hope we have understood. Now extra one options. What is that? Prospective scaling. Through the help of your Alt, Control, Shift. Alt, Control, Shift plus drag. So note down and make a good note. Then it comes with time. So what are the things I've learned in 15 years, 16 years that I'm projecting over here? It has not been taught in classroom. So classroom 2-3 years we have like spent without knowing all this. Then after, while practicing commercial work doing, I got to know all these things. So I'm not expecting in the next day it is to be get happen from you. But yes, if it is noted up, then after 1 year, it may come out. Alt Control Shift drag and drag from where? From the edge. This is the input and the output could be like this. So dragging to be happen from this, or else it could be like this. So prospective scaling can be done with this. Perspective. So the same rectangle can able to make the screen to look wider once we are using the alternative use of the rectangle tools. Rectangle, square are the normal use, but later on we can start up making it to go for skew and get the screen to get changed. Hope the 6th number scaling is done. Now the 7th number scaling. Alt T and give a right click and switch to the option called warping. What is the option? Warping. So this is a wavy scaling. Till now we have seen very perfect edge with a straight line scale kind of things, but we can scale the subject in a wave-like format and press the enter. So selection can be turned into wave format of scaling, and that is called warping. And it is there in your right click, warping. So a rectangle can be converted into a curvical selection. This is possible with warp scaling. So hope we have understood now this many kind of skill, and still it will not help us. We have not learned how to make calculative scaling. It is random scaling. All the things are we are learning random. Still in random we can do magic. Alt T. Now squeezing, okay.
Yes.
And now control and edge dragging. So what we can see, we are not holding the selection at the corner. We are holding it on the edge, and simultaneously we are holding the Alt button. Hope on your screen the pop-up is there, Control and Alt, and you can make to any angle you want. So let us see all these things in a practical manner. So Alt and Control combination event, but not from the edge and not from the corner, it is from the edge. So the same Alt and Control we have used, Alt and Shift we have used Control. So check like, what is this Alt and Control only I am using, but at the time we have dragged from all the side and corner and all, but now edge holding and getting the event in a different manner. Fine then. So let us move into the practical output now. All the theory regarding scaling over, we'll move how to practically use them and get a event to be done. Watch to the screen. Let us fill a color. Alt T. Hold the control, drag it up, press it enter, get an enter, and switch to the gray color. Hope we have seen how to make a prospective arrangement. Just your fundamental learning. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Fine then. Now the next. Same selection. Hold the Alt button and get in minus. Minus. Fill the color. Right? Right click. Transform. Hold the control. Drag it up. Press the enter and switch to the next available color. I mean like black. What you have seen now? How to get a prospective look. Front and back. Again the same. Transform selection. Hold the control. Drag from this edge. And get a zigzag line. And do the same filling with the same gray form. So on the flat screen, you can start up creating a three-dimensional perspective with the same present knowledge. Addition, subtraction working, so you can see inside it, and we are just making a systematic arrangement on the screen. That's it. So the second example is on your screen with the present knowledge. Now few tasks. What are the tasks to be done? So the tasks are very ready on your screen. Task number 1 is ready. Task number 2 is ready. It is not to be only this, anything can be done up like split screen in your own way, make a logo in your own way. But now the task is a little higher format. Here the task.
So first task is split screen and second is logo.
Logo making. Yes, logo making. Is it okay? Now
Yes,
the
sir.
third task, make a 3D layout. Make
Third is
a 3D
3D.
layout. So just make the notes. I'm not expecting it is to be done in tomorrow only, but which time you can do it. But if it is done, then this subject can come under the control. That is what that is. So make a Excel, date, subject, task. Make a
Yes, sir.
3D layout. So here we have seen like how to make a flat screen to turn into a three-dimensional. Now we'll move to the next higher option. Control N. Oh. Take the canvas to get practice. Default Photoshop size. Control plus. Make the same rectangle. Now fill the color. Press the enter. Fill the color. Alt S T. We'll now move to the rotational things. Till now we have seen scaling up. So rotate. Yes, you can rotate like this. And we know like how does the rotation will happen? Once you are moving the cursor while the selection is transformed away from the transform box, you'll find a V mark. Then we can start up rotating. And we can rotate to any angle. But if we need to rotate to a particular angle, then yes, on your option bar, you can find there is an option called angle. Here you can write the degree and press the enter. Job is done. Now you can start filling the color. How to fill the color? Backspace. Job is done. So we have seen now there is a star inside the rectangle. Hope it is clear. Is it okay? Now the
Yes,
next
sir.
is to the subtract and get it minus. So what you can see, there is a triangle inside the rectangle. Now rest of the things are your math. So there is triangle, there is a rectangle, there is a pentagon, there is diamond, a lot of shapes you can only create now. Select this and turn it around by the transform selections through the measurement exactly. And now from the top, cut it off. Hope you can see how to create the next shape. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, so what is the next exercise we have seen now? How to create multi-shape from the same rectangle. Oh, it is done. Now the task number 4. Different shapes. Make different shapes. Make different mathematical shapes. Graphic design revolves around this shapes only. Hide the shape we can make. Hide the screen is under our control. So hope this much of things are done up, and let us make only the strokes. How to make a stroke? Right click, stroke, and how to rotate over here 45 degrees and make the strokes. How to activate the stroke? Alt S, Alt E, no? Alt E and S. Enter. Is it okay? So complete pure
Yes.
arrangement going on. No big rocket science is happening. Only arrangement. Rotation, arrange, triangle, same rectangle. We are using only one tool we have learned. Within that tool, let us make some more designs. Fine. So hope we have understood now what is called transform, how to get it used in various way, and with time we can make the specialization on it. Next option will be learning regarding the same selection. Okay, very fine. We are making the selection right. But once we have deselect, again, you cannot able to get this selection. So to get rid of this problem, they come up with a solution. What is the problem? Once deselect, selection cannot be found. We have done the design and again, we cannot able to do it up. At that time, they come up with a solution that is called saving the selection. Give a right click and switch to the option called save selection. Make a name. Square. So now we have understood how to save the selection. Now the question, why to save the selection? To get it back. Then how to get it back? If there is no selection now, Control D. And if you need to get back the same selection, yes, you can get it back through the option called selection, load selection, switch to the name. What are the things you have saved? Let's stop. Is it okay? So now
Yes.
again, one point we have note here. What we have learned? How to save the selection, how to load the selection. Let's scroll down. Save selection and load selection. So as a summary point of view, we have learned something new today about this selection is called inverse selection, then transform selection. Along with that, we have learned two more things, save selection and load selection. So let us see what is the practical use of loading selection. So get a histogram. Now a little higher logic maths will start. Get it filled, fine. Through black color or anything. Is it okay? Now, give a right click and switch to the transform selection and get it go and turn around to this and press the next available color, not the same, to get an identification. Now we need the upper coverage, right? Upper coverage required means we need to have the selection. Already we have distorted it, and again it cannot be come up here and place. Again it will miss up the exact placement. So at this point, again you can ask the software load the selection. So exactly the selection has been loaded up. Again do the same job. Hold the control button and drag and move on to the top and place it there. So this job is done. Go for right click and switch to the fill and fill your required color. Hope we have understood how to make a 3D cube with your same selection tool. Is it done?
Yes, sir.
So hope we have started up switching to the next level of perspective, three-dimensional design, 3D structure, 3D layout, but now it is a 3D structure which does have width, height, and length. So task 5, make a 3D structure. Anything. It may be cube, it may be box, it may be any form. But yes, use the rectangle tool, mark it and get it done. Hope this much of things okay. We'll meet in the next session with the higher options. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Find the summary of the class on your screen. It is reflecting. We have started with very simple last class knowledge and slowly implemented split screen technique, then transformations, 3D formations, and 3D structures and making different sets. But the options we have learned today is the transformations and selecting and putting the strokes, invert selecting, backspace to fill it up, and slowly we have switched to the option called transformation. Inside the transformations, we have focused more onto the scaling part and 8 different, say 6 to 7 different type of transformations we have seen here. But the thing we have to learn in the next session is measurement. How to do all the things with calculation. Still now, the movement is random. Rotation, yes, we have started the rotation with a little bit of 45-degree like things, but scaling is random. Then how to make the calculations, we'll learn in the next session. Fine then, that's it for the day. So I'll send you all these things on your WhatsApp.